Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. Welcome to another Patreon Appreciation Live show. And this is for June's Patreon members, even though it is now July and it's further into July, just because Tuesday decided to, for whatever reason, to be very late in the month. So let's catch up, see who's here, say hi to everybody. Bird, way too early here at 6 in the morning. Probably won't make the show. HD, what's up, brother? Knights 880. Michael, how's it going? And Kristen, thank you both for being here. Appreciate it. Ayod, how's it going? KC Sering, we're going to find out how good your guess is, KC. Brian, Josh Ortiz, thank you for being here as well and being mods. I appreciate y'all. Sean McClelland, how's it going? Just listening, got to clean. Yeah, no worries about that. Yeah, let me pop out chat. No, come on, get off of that. Ugh. I hate when you push the wrong thing, then it makes you like, you can't get out of it. All right, yeah, there we go. There we go, cooking. Oh, you're not busy tonight at all. Nobody wants to win anything. Steven LeBlanc, how's it going? Here we go. Or chat's not busy anyway, I should say. I think we got a couple people watching. All right, I think I got everything all set up now. Or maybe I don't. Who knows? But all right. Dina, how are you? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So yeah, today we're just going to be giving back to my Patreon members who support this channel and keep us in reviews and things like that. So a couple things. I see gold is going down again today. Since this morning when I did my daily ROI chart. What's it at right now? It's at $4,096.90 or $1.3172 a gram. So it's dropped like $1.75, maybe $2 since this morning, $1.50. I think like $1.50 since this morning. So $1.50 per gram. So I'm really surprised. I just, it's everything. I'm so surprised by all the markets. They make no sense. I mean, somehow or another, rich people are still making billions and billions of dollars off of everything. Oil is down, crypto is down, stocks are really more or less down, gold is down, silver is down. I mean, so I'm pretty much guessing poor people are income is just down and rich people's is up. It doesn't make any sense any way you look at it, but gold is going down. We're going to find out. We still have, what is it? 714, like 12 days. What is it? 12? Now 17 days, something like that, 18 days when China is shutting down. All their banks are going to no longer allow paper gold. We'll have to see if that does anything to gold. I mean, most people are saying that should increase the price of gold. At least it will in China. I mean, it's essentially China's trying to force the hand and make the Chinese yuan where people base gold price off of as opposed to U.S. currency like it currently is. Like most things are. Oil is based off of U.S. currency. Everything is based off U.S. currency. So it looks like, the Chinese are trying to force the hand because there's more paper gold in circulation in the world than there is actual physical gold. So they know what's happening is people are just, like I said, people are forcing gold, silver, and all these things to be lower in price. And a lot of the countries are buying lots of gold. And you don't like, if you're China and you own $30 trillion worth of gold or whatever they might own, you don't like to see gold go down. So be really curious to see how it goes. Gold isn't low enough. Well, it is for me. I'm trying to sell off all my little pieces and stuff still. I'm actually selling off my heart collection to pay for the move and everything else and wedding and We're going to start over. 2027, Dylan's going to have to start over his entire collection. My kids' collection is still set. I still have that. That's all still in lock boxes. But my own personal stuff, my heart collection is going up for sale. So I need gold to be better. I mean, luckily for me, I will say, luckily for me, earlier in the year, I had a whole lot of little 1 gram nuggets I'd collected over the years. I managed to sell them when gold was $5,400. So, I managed to make out like a bandit on those. And I feel really bad for the buyer because gold tanked right after that. But, what are we going to do? Those left behind, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show and being a mod. I appreciate it. Alan, thank you, brother. Way too kind as always, and thank you for being a mod. TM, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Piston Power Racing, how's it going? I appreciate you joining the show. Midwest Gold Fever, Dorothy, Keith and Wynn, how are y'all? Y'all enjoying retirement still? Out there hunting. Jason G, by the way, hello. Even though it's replying to your messing. Chasing Cheddar Curtis, how's it going? TM. Beerman's, how's it going? So, I'm not mad at the lower prices, buy low. Yeah, I mean, I would normally, see, if I was smart, it was one of those things, when gold was at 5,400, I got rid of about half of what I had, except for the stuff behind me, obviously. And that was to pay off my son's insurance bills, my insurance claims. And by the way, he got sick again, my son. He just cost me another $1,200. So, which is crazy. His insurance, his medical bills, my medical bills for a sore throat. He had to go to the hospital for a throat. They were thinking they were going to do surgery. So an overnight stay in the hospital with insurance and everything like that was more expensive than when he fell and cracked his head skateboard and they had to have an ambulance pick him up and then go to the hospital. Who knows how they figure it. But when I sold my gold, I only sold half because I was like, well, I just need to pay off bills and stuff like that, which I did, and they're all gone. But then I should have sold the rest while gold was at a premium, but I didn't know I was getting married at the time. So, so now I'm paying for it. So now I'm like, missing out on that extra $25 a gram. So it's forcing me to sell my heart collection just because I'm going to hopefully try to get really nice premiums off of them because they are heart-shaped. But we'll have to see. Those are going up on eBay. So we're going to see because I'm going to try to gouge. Get some really good high prices. Ollie Skeeter, how's it going? I'll take back my 7 points. No, that's fine gold. Fine gold is, I go through fine gold like nothing. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, but just to keep my Patreon going, like my Patreon, I go through about a half an ounce a month. That's what it takes, about anywhere from 12 grams to 16 grams every single month to fill Patreon bags, to do the giveaways and some stuff like that. So, and if you watch my reviews, I don't really go through a half an ounce worth of gold a month doing Paydirt reviews. Sometimes I do. Some months I do. I do some good big bags and stuff like that. But also, just because of the way I do my Patreon, to fulfill 1 month, I might have ordered that Paydirt 2 months in advance. So a lot of times I'm buying stuff on a credit card and, waiting 2 months later to pay it off when the stuff comes in. So it's a crazy route. I'm working on some new stuff. I will say, it's not even close. We're in July, but I am working on some new stuff for the new year, for the next year, with not only Patreon, but videos as well. I've figured out a very, I'm almost sure ironclad loophole through Patreon. Either way, I'm going to take the leap and do it in January of next year, where we will no longer be doing gold guessing. Next year, there will be no gold guessing. There will be wheels, spins, all the things we used to do, just no gold guessing. Just, that's it. I'm going to get rid of them. Like I said, I think I have a loophole through it. Or not even a loophole. It's not even a loophole. I'll just be giving stuff away to members who, we'll just leave it at that. But I have found a way that I can start doing just plain old giveaways if I want to do giveaways again. and not be locked into somebody telling me how and when and what I can do. So that's what we're going to do. Then also, like I have some videos, like I've said, next year I am going to focus a lot more on bad sellers. I've kind of been giving them a leeway and stuff like that, just because the ROI sucks so bad. But the seller, if you've ever been to my site and you see sellers to avoid, I'm going to review every single one of them next year. That's my goal next year, is to review every single one of them. And I also have some plans for gold nugget sale, not gold nugget sales, golden Paydirt. I'm thinking gold nugget sales because I'm wearing a shirt. But golden Paydirt, I have some plans for them and a few other sellers that copy golden sales. Golden Paydirt. So we got some stuff planned. Grateful American, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Imagination to Form. I don't care for gold weight guessing. Neither do I. I really don't like it. How can I become a Patreon member? There you go. Just do like that. That's all. That's all you got to do. Just do like Jason does. So there you go. Nightbot just said it. Who said Patreon? I'm a Patreon member. I don't know why Nightbot didn't answer you, but he answered me. Yeah, just go over to patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. And thank you very much, Jason. I've been meaning I still have to send you a text about what I was talking about a few seconds ago. No, but yeah, I got some big plans for next year. I still have some good plans for this year. I have a new review coming out next Monday that is a 119% ROI guaranteed just off the bat. I'm shooting that video tomorrow, but just off the bat, just buying it and having it shipped was a 119% guaranteed ROI. Now, I'm hoping I get a little bit more than that, and I will say I used a little bit of a cheat code to get a little bit extra, so I think this bag will get me about 125%, maybe 130% ROI. But they guaranteed, if you just went to the store and bought it, was a 119% ROI. So I have that video coming out. I have another one coming 2 weeks after that, a brand new seller. After that, I have another seller who sells bulk Paydirt coming up. So I have a whole bunch of good reviews coming up for the rest of the year. I mean, even though my reviews have been a little bit slower coming out right now, it's because a lot of times I'm spending a lot of time trying to find new sellers. There's just, like I posted on Patreon today, there's not a lot of sellers. 2 years ago, I think my buying list, like if I had a list I kept of all my places I'd look at and think about doing reviews, I think I was at 48 or 49. It was right around there about 2 years ago. And now we're down to about 27, and 2 of those are eBay sellers. And before, my old list had no eBay sellers on it. So we've cut in half the number of Paydirt sellers there are. And a lot of them, it's just because, like I said, they can't rebuy. If you start a business and gold is $150 a gram, and you buy 10 of them, and then gold drops to 130, and you sell yours, you're just not making money. So I'm horrible at it. No. Hey, Ferd, you did make it back. I saw your message at 6:42 this morning. I'm surprised you made it back. But thank you. I appreciate it. And the real Mr. Hogan, how's it going? Thank you again. So I have a lot of plans for the rest of the year. September and October are going to be a little bit rougher for me just because, September, I'm getting married and honeymoon, all that. And then but I am going to be keeping my studio here in September. So when I come back, I can still shoot some videos, do some live shows. But in October, I don't think in October I will do any live shows. I will do the Patreon appreciation show, of course, because I can do that sitting on a couch, drinking a sweet iced tea or something like that. I don't have to be in a studio. I can just do that anywhere. I can be sitting in McDonald's on my phone and do a live show. But October, I'll be building my new studio out. So I won't be able to do any live shows. I will have already shot the videos and stuff like that. Gold is going back to the center of the earth. Yeah, gold's doing something. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I mean, everybody knows why gold is going down and oil is going down and stocks are going down and Bitcoin and, all these places are going down. It's because they're being manipulated with paper money. and not paper dollar bill money. You know, like you can buy gold and never touch it. You're just borrowing on stuff that doesn't exist. And the same thing with everything else, and oil. You know, they're doing, you know, it's all just manipulation. But, you know, I'm a small guy. I just got to go with the punches. When gold's down, I buy bigger bags. When gold goes up, I sell those bigger bags so I can buy more bigger bags later. Bill Snodgrass, how's it going? How are you doing? Annie, how's it going? I know you did. I was going to bug you and send you a text the other day. And then I was like, I'm not going to bug her. I'm like, I'm sure they're busy. It'll get to me when it gets to me, you know. But it was funny. I will tell you, Annie, it was so funny. So the other day I was cleaning out my studio, getting all my gold for my Patreon Paydirt to do. And I had a vial. I had a vial just sitting on my thing, and it had gold in it. And then I had a pile of dirt in a little thing, and I could not. It took me 2 days to figure out what it was. And it was a gold from your Paydirt when it spilled, because I was trying to, I'm like, what do I have? And I weighed it up. I'm like, why do I have a gram of gold just sitting on here? Is it special gold? Was I supposed to send it to somebody? And it just racked my mind for a couple of days until I realized, because there was 2 of them, and I was like, oh, these are yours, and wrenches, and, you know, the other Paydirts had fallen off the shelf. So I was manipulating it to marriage. Well, stocks are up, yeah. But then again, that's all manipulation too. Stocks are up, but if you look at some of the stocks that are the highest stocks, I mean, Tesla's been up every single year, and Tesla's sales are going down and down and down and down, and their profit margins are going down and down and down. But yet their stocks is still going up and up and up and up. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, what is it, like GameStop? If you look at GameStop, they have like more puts on it than they were physically or allowed. You know, there was more shorts on it than stocks were available. So somehow people were getting extra shorts on it. It's just, you know, it's all rich people stuff. And I mean, I'm not talking about like rich, like I make $1 million a year. I'm talking about people that, you know, their kids never have to work rich. Bootsy panned those for you. I bet you did. I don't think at least Bootsy didn't like leave a treat in them. I will say that at least Bootsy just knocked it over and left it on the floor. He didn't like, hey, let me pee in it too. I'm here, but I skipped guessing again. Yeah, like I said, I have a way out of it. There's going to be some stuff I have to do to my website first. So I'm still learning that. I will say I've added a few things to my website, but I have not implemented yet because I'm trying to get all of them worked out and work out bugs and stuff like that. And I'm also trying to, unfortunately, one of the things about my website is, since I do the reviews and I have the ratings on there, that's all with the theme that I bought, or the host and stuff like that. And I'm trying to find a new look for my website, a new website design, but unfortunately, that the rating system, the review system only works with my current one. So I've been spending a lot of time trying to find a new look for my site, because unfortunately one of the problems is it's not as mobile friendly as I'd like. And most people do look at stuff on the phone. So I'm trying to figure out a way to make my website a lot more mobile friendly. I love it because I don't use a mobile phone. I use my desktop whenever I look at my site, and I love it. But unfortunately, yeah, no, Teslas are Tesla. And the thing about it is when Teslas first started, they were pretty good, and they're just going downhill, you know, more and more and more. And there's no way that their company should be worth that much, you know. It's the same thing as whatever the new company that, you know, he just IPO'd was, that's worth like $1 trillion with zero profit, and it's worth $1 trillion. And it's got no profitable in sight, because 90% of the companies that are involved in that giant company are money losers and will never make money. So make your site more Game Boy friendly. Hey, Ed, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. 85 use mobile. Yeah, I know. I'm old school, and I like to do things the way I like it to look. So I do know my site is, my site isn't, I won't say my site is mobile unfriendly. The sidebar on my site is mobile unfriendly. And unfortunately, when I built my site and I'm just too lazy to do it, I need to just move all the information that is on my sidebar and move it into actual into the menu bar. So when people go to my site, because like, I had somebody ask me today, like, how do you contact you? It's not on your website, but it is. My contact info is on my sidebar, which means my sidebar goes to the very, very bottom of mobile, and you're scrolling a lot. I also need to shrink up my website because right now I think there's like, if you go to a different topic, there might be 20 like gold Paydirt reviews on the front page. And on mobile, that doesn't do good because you've got to scroll a whole bunch. So I just need to shrink up my site some. I do own a couple other themes that I like. I was working on one for a buddy of mine that I have a copy of. So I might end up switching to his and just building my own review part. So the sidebar can probably be tweaked with CSS. It probably can. I'm not a huge fan of working with CSS. Every time I do, I mess it up. I will tell you, so I have on my desktop, I have a folder that's with my theme title on it. And inside of there are about 30 other copies of my theme, because every time I do mess around with something, like if I want to get rid of the dates or something like that that's built into it, I'll do it and I'll download it so I can upload it again if I mess something up. And I'll take it and then I'll just save it, and it'll be like, theme 4, theme 5, theme 6. And I have no clue what any of them are anymore. I'm too scared to delete them, but I don't know which is the original, because they're not actually named theme 1, theme 2, which would have been smart. But it's like theme X4. Then it'll be like theme Z1, so I don't actually know which theme is the actual original one. Because when I first got my site up and I got the theme, I made a whole bunch of changes and saved it. And it has all the changes I want on it, the way I have it perfectly set up. And then since then, I've played around a whole bunch. But I don't know what the original one is that I have all the things I like modified in it. So, David Danderan, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Can't remember the last time I used a computer. See, I don't like using my phone. And it's just mostly because, I can't type on a phone. I just can't type on a phone. So I like using my computer. It's also, comfortable for me to go sit on my desk and do my stuff. I sit at a desk, all my paperwork's there, my bills and stuff like that. But that is a goal for me for this year, is to get the site better. We still got a lot of good reviews coming up. Like I said, next Monday is a 119% ROI. Paydirt, I've got some bulk Paydirt. A lot of people always ask me who's the best person to buy a lot of dirt from. Well, I got a big pile of dirt in the other day. I don't know what the ROI is going to be, but it's a lot of dirt. So we're going to find out. Hey, Package Tool, how's it going? Shaw's Mining, how's it going? I haven't panned in 2 years. Oh, no. I'd go stir crazy. My hands would go crazy. I would be, I don't know. I couldn't go 2 years without panning. That's a lot. But yeah, we're going to do some gold guessing. We're going to go through, let's go through everyone's guesses. We're going to start with the 20. Mafia has dirt. It's too hot to pan. That's why I pan indoors. It's never too hot when you're panning indoors. Hey, I am Zaxxon. What's up, brother? I'm panning now. I know you usually are. So I need to probably start doing that. But see, I can't multitask when I'm doing something for somebody else. Like I've tried, if I watch other people's live shows, for whatever reason, I can't do anything. Like I'll tell myself, oh, look, I can do all my paperwork, or I can do this while I'm watching another person's live show. And I can't. And I just get like, oh. And I just start staring at them. And the next thing you know, an hour's passed. And I'm like, dang it, I got nothing done. Whereas with my live show, I can pan and keep up with chat and do the other stuff. But for whatever reason, Forest Service shut us down past year because of grizzlies. Grizzlies are getting hungry. They must have tasted meat. I don't type. I just one finger type. Oh, that's what I do. That's what Liz was making fun of me the other day. She said, oh, you only use one finger to type? And I said, yeah. And I was like, and I still misspell almost every word. I'm like, I don't know. That Super Garrett? Yeah, Super Garrett's, I love them. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of his stickers. He did this sticker for me, for my boss. He did that one for me. I've got a couple in there. And he sent me a whole bunch for Miller Prospecting one. So yeah, he's got some cool stuff. He sent me a shirt. Yeah, he is a producing storm. You know. I screw up Paydirt when I try to make them. Oh yeah, if you're doing something else, I know. So I tried to do that one day. Listen, whose stream was it? I was making Patreon Paydirts one month. I forgot who, and somebody was on, and I was watching their live show, and I think 3 times because I make, I think at the time I was making about 20 Patreon Paydirts for my crazy prospecting tier, and 3 times I didn't remember if I put gold in there, and I didn't remember if I put gold in the other one. So I was like, dang it, now I got to put more gold. I'm like, I'm just losing money here, I was like, this is $50 a pop every time I make a mistake. I had to turn it off. So it's hard. I can do 60 words a minute. I can do like 1 word a minute and it's misspelled. I type I. Andrew, how's it going? So, all right, let's go through. Let me pop up which one we're going to do first. Who's that? I'm going to start with the $25 sheet. So here's what everyone's guesses were for the nugget. You'll have to look at the thumbnail. I didn't remember to upload a picture of it. We got Gregory Weirich, 2.43, Teo, 1.57, Brian, 3.45, Brian again, but with an I, 1.37, HC Chevrolet, 2.28, Whiskey Lover, 2.27, James Stoddy, 2.66, Casey String, 1.75, Alan Curie, 4.84, Jacob E23, 4.27, Mark Sheldon, 3.17, Dave, Those Left Behind, 3.62, Keith and Wynn, 3.33, Mike Reed, 1.69, David Stocks, 3.38, Jake Niepp, 3.72, Josh, 2.31, and Dan P.A. Patriot, 2.96. Those were the guesses for all the $25.79 tier members. Now we're going to do the $10 sheet. One of these days I'll figure out an easy way to do this, but this is the easiest way I know. Now I know what I can do. I just put them on tabs. Sometimes my brain doesn't work when I'm doing spreadsheets. $10, Lab Prospecting. This is Reg, who changed my name. And let me just say, I think half my Patreon members just recently changed their names, making me confused. But Lab Prospecting, 1.35. Stephen LeBlanc, 0.98. Richard Dow, 3.2. Midwest Gold Fever, 1.49. Adventure Prospecting, 1.38. Wesley Hatfield, 2.82. Ed Weeb, 3.06. Ferd, 1.78. Knights 880, 1.87. Randy Klatt, 2.17. The real Mr. Hogan. Now, Hogan, if you're here, and you are, I saw you here, I think you messed up your guess. I think your guess was supposed to be 3.13. Sean McClellan, 2.68. Stephen Longman, 1.55. Package total, 1. Matt Twanny, 2.32. And 308 Prospecting, 2.25. Was that really your guess? Package total 1 exactly? I'm going to have to double check that one in a minute. I might have mistyped there. And then we got the $5 tier. Let's go to that. So for the $5 tier, we had John Myers at 4.08, John Gear 3.21, David 2.8, Andrew 1.65, Josh 2.22, Kyle Gibson 2.64, Mega Silver Stacker, who I think likes silver, 3.23, Blake Tolson 3.06, Justin Curtis 3.85, Outfitter 1.59, Clarence 2.93, Matt 2.55, Nico 3.45, Daniel 4.4, Dave 3.33, Gold Putts 97 grams, and I think he's pretty close to this one. I'm almost sure. I'm like, he's nailing this one. I think he's cheating as inside word or something. Refochus 1.69. So there we go. Let's do, I guess we can do the free one too. We'll do those real quick. There we go. Free gold guesses. Um, Aldo 0.41, Shane Berthero 1.32, Jennifer 2.74, David 0.75, Eddie 2.25, Calvin 0.78, Greg T 2.41, Mike Chase 1.83. Curtis Ginsinger 2.67, WJJS Jr. 4.1, Mandy Brown 1.89, Kate Rivers 0.89, Jeff 1.60, Zoltan 2.75, Miss Independent 3.77, Bill Snodgrass 3.79. Y'all are neck and neck. Ollie Skeeter 2.65 and Josh 3.28. So there we go. We can get rid of the guest sheet right now. Let me catch up on chat real quick. You are supposed to guess. In June, you were guessing the entire nugget, which I left upstairs and I didn't have a picture. Here, let me see if I can get a picture real quick. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. I don't know if I have one on this file. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Gold guessing file. Let's see. June. I do. Here we go. What's a good picture? We'll do this one. All right. Yeah. So you're guessing on this the entire nugget, quartz, gold, everything. Or it's too late now, but that's what everyone is guessing on. Now for this month, for July, you're guessing on just the gold. I am doing going to be weighing it in some water, doing Alchemedes formula to figure out exactly how much gold is in there and how much quartz is in there, and you're only guessing on the gold. That will be coming up later tonight. I didn't finish writing it all up tonight, so it's going to be late tonight at like midnight, because, I'm always behind on everything. But let's see. Let me catch up on chat real quick too. Was in Billings recent signs for grizzly? Yeah. Animals are starting to realize where all the meat is, so. Well, I'm not there. Grateful American. Did you guess? Double check and go look and see if you guessed. So, but yeah, you're supposed to guess the whole rock. I think gold putts. Actually, I got the gold from Gold Putts. This nugget I got from Gold Putts, so he was not allowed to guess. So, like I said, Grateful, where's your guess? Tell me what your guess is, and I'll go double check. I need to go check. Yes, I am going to show the water weight in the next for July. So when I post the July's gold guessing, which will be later tonight, I will tell you, since the way to find out is you subtract dry weight, wet weight, and stuff like that. There's a little bit of formula to it. So I will give you the formula. The formula will be in July's gold guessing contest. You will have the dry weight, and then you just need to guess the wet weight or whatever you want to guess and figure out how much gold is in there. So you will know after today what this nugget weighs, or this nugget right here. Once you know what this weighs, you know it's less than that with gold. If this nugget does weigh 97 grams, like Putt said, you know this month's guess will be less than 97 because you have to take out the quartz. So you guessed it's there. All right. What'd you guess? Let me see. Let me see. All right, let me go. Give me 1 second. Ugh, this thing is driving me crazy. Let me open up Patreon. Do-I-diddy-diddy-dum. All right, library. It's driving me crazy that they keep adding little bitty things to Patreon that make my like routine of go here, click this, do that is getting all messed up. All right. Do I have? Yeah, okay, I have him. All right, so package total is 1. Let's see. Package total is $10. Yeah, package total is 1. So all right. All right, let me check. Ugh, my phone is blowing up, so you gotta give me a second. Why? I'm just double checking my sheets. All right, give me a second. Hey, Deep North, how's it going? Doing good, doing good. Figuring out my mistakes here. One of the things that drives me crazy about Patreon is like the comments. The comments used to always just be in order of when they were put. Newest is up. Now, for whatever reason, some of the tiers it'll show up as in order. Like it will show up just top comment with no replies or nothing. So, all right. Well, that's not good. I'll put you on there. You were on here. So what happened now that I'm looking at it, Scott, grateful, is when I did that, speaking of, that's what the issue was. When I did the original list, I went in order that it showed it. So like if I'm looking at it right now, it said Dan was the last guest, then you, then some other people. But when I originally did it, it had it in order of miss them. But if you wouldn't have said anything, it would have probably worked out better for you, because whenever I don't, I always just give them the prize. So, but all right, what was it? 4.35. All right. And you were right before PA Paydirt, but all right. So you're on there. I'm just going through the list, making sure I didn't miss anyone else. And I don't know why. It was only on the $25.79 tier that did it with the weird, like, pagination, pagination, or whatever it's called. So, all right, we're all fixed. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I appreciate that. Now, if I can just get everything to go back to working, we'll get it there. Patreon doesn't. Yeah, I've had people complaining that they can't either leave comments or the comments aren't showing up until they refresh. So, like I said, so, but like I said, once the new year starts, I planned on doing it earlier in the year originally, but then I decided to get married, so that's finagled a whole bunch of stuff. But I have everything in place. I've been building this stuff on my website so we can do away with the gold guessing. I'm still going to use Patreon. We're still going to use Patreon just because it's reliable. People know it, and I don't have to try to convince people to go to some random website and join that you've never heard of. Patreon's a big enough thing where people know what it is. So people will still be able to join Patreon. We just won't do the gold guessing anymore. I've had it up to here with them and their rules, so I'm going to work through the rules and within their rules. I'm going to work 100% within their rules, and what they say I can and can't do. But we're not going to do the gold guessing contest anymore. Jeff Williams doesn't do a gold guessing contest. He does do guessing, but he's also, only allows it for certain tiers and things like that, which is against their terms and stuff like that. So I found a way, I've been studying. One thing I'm really good at is finding mistakes and stuff and how to do things a little bit better. It just takes me forever to implement those things. So yeah, Jason went to Circle. The problem with Circle is me and Jason talked out a whole bunch about Circle. When he first started, I was his guinea pig joining Circle. It's why I still have 2 accounts on Circle. It's because I was his guinea pig joining different tiers. And I've never remembered to close one of those tiers. But the problem with Circle is the way it's based is if you only have a few Patreon members, it's cheap. But then the next tier up is rather expensive. And I'm like right in the middle. Where if I go to the next tier, so like I think it's tiered out. So like 1 to 60 or something like that is like $5 a month. But then if you go up to, and these aren't numbers, I'm just putting something in there. And then if like you go up to 60 members to 250 members, it's like $250 a month. And I'm at like 70 members, which means that for those extra 10 members, I'm going to be paying like an extra $245 a month. And that's just a huge chunk. I mean, it's not that much. I think it's like a $99 or $5, something like that. And it's just too much. Plus, you're also paying the percentage of, the cards and stuff like that. So I'm working on something new. I'm sure he scams people. The great Steven. There's a whole bunch of posts on Reddit. If you ever want to go down a hole, go on Reddit and look up Jeff Williams and his guessing contests and things. Search for slim contests. So, yeah, well, there's certain reasons. Well, originally when I started the members limits, has a lot to do with my health insurance. I'm only allowed X amount of income to come in before health insurance starts saying, "Whoa, you make too much money." It doesn't, and they don't, in the state of Indiana, for whatever reason, they don't consider a home-based business or owning your own company as having deductions. Like income in is all they count in Indiana. In the state of Indiana, if you had a business where you buy $1 million piece of art and sell it for $1,001,001, and that's all you do for the year, they consider you made $1 million. They don't care. They do not care that you sold that painting for $1,001,001 and really in reality only made $1. They do not care. So the state of Indiana. So I've had to always put limits on it on just for, financial reasons with my health insurance. So I have one over a half ounce of gold. Well, there you go. I mean, like I said, I don't know if he's honest or dishonest. I just say there's a lot of people on Reddit that do that are just 100% assured that he is, scamming. I think mostly it's just people are hard. I've seen some of the Slim videos. I joined his Patreon for 2 months just to do the Slim thing to look, because I just, just ideas. The more I know, the better I can make my Patreon channel. And I looked and it was impossible for me. Obviously people win it and they do win, and then the guessing, that's, it's the same as my gold guessing. You throw a pile of dirt. He has whatever it is, 10 bags of dirt, and you just guess on them, Am I the only one that can't hear? I think so. And how's it going, Bradley? Tomcat Josh, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I mean, I've got no problems with Jeff. The only problem I have with Jeff Williams is the fact that Patreon is not enforcing the rules with him. They came after me, Vendetta, every single channel that's on Patreon, and they went after every one of us. I mean, Golden Paydirt reviews when he was around. They went after every single one of us, telling us, "You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do this." And, they essentially shut us all down for a while where we weren't allowed to do anything. And it wasn't until I went back and forth. I mean, I had, I think, like 40 messages back and forth with their security team, or whatever you call it, your terms of service team, before we came up with this idea of doing the gold guessing and stuff like that would get through it, because it wasn't a game of chance anymore. Then we all started doing that, and everyone started doing that. But Jeff didn't. Jeff just kept doing a giveaway. Like, they even told me, like, one of the things they banned me for, the second time they banned me saying, because I had the word every Monday. I used to advertise on there. I'd say, hey, everyone, make sure, you go over to my Tuesday live show and for the giveaway, for today's giveaway, like we're going to do tonight, which, by the way, let me put it in here, which is a 100% free giveaway. This giveaway tonight is for everybody for the hidden video. And they told me they banned me because I was doing these giveaways for everybody. And they were like, oh, well, we don't like you using the word giveaway. And I was like, what? So I stopped doing it. I stopped using the word giveaway anywhere in my stuff on Patreon. I didn't use gaw or any of these other words, and I stopped advertising because it used to be if you were a Patreon member, you would get this hidden video on Mondays. Now you have to come here and be here on a Tuesday to get it. Because originally that was one of the Patreon perks, was you could come here, you'd get the link on a Monday. You didn't even have to attend the show and you could get a chance to win something. But Patreon went against me. But then you look at Jeff Williams, and Jeff Williams, he still calls his stuff giveaways. He still says, oh, come here for this giveaway. And that just aggravates me. It's got to be rules for all or none. I understand Jeff Williams has, 5,000 Patreon members and I have, 70 something, but, we should all follow the same rules. Who's on tonight? You took my money, I'm over that. I won't guess until I'm damn sure. Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't even guess. I have no clue about it. Senior Hollywood. Yeah, I've seen I just wanted to see about the Slim thing. And I saw one, I think I joined too late the first month. And the second month I saw where Slim was, where I didn't see until he showed the winners. And I'm just at a, I don't understand how people can find him. So. I like the micro specimen. He has a Slim contest closing tonight. Yeah, I stopped being one of his tier members. Like I said, I just wanted to go in there and check out his stuff. I mean, I look at everybody's stuff and how they do stuff, because obviously Patreon isn't going after him. So I wanted to see what he was doing. That's the reason I joined him, to see what he was doing, if there was something he was doing different than me or, Jason or anyone else that was getting shut down. And he's not. He just has more Patreon members, so he's above the law. So, but I've got a new way. Like I said, we're going to do that. But right now, everyone's got their guesses in, including Grateful American. So we're going to show you the actual gold. Let's show you the actual gold, Wang. And here we go. Now, if you remember your guesses, you should. Then we're going to start doing some giveaways. 3.09. So if you guessed close to 3.09, you're going to win. Or maybe not. We'll have to see. But that was it. 3.09. We'll let it watch it one more time. So here we go. 3.09 was the final weight for that gold nugget. Now, again, that's for the total weight. Quartz and everything. In July, we will be guessing on just the quartz. So I still have to, I shot the video where I'm weighing it up in the water and stuff like that, and I still need to edit that a little bit. That's why tonight's gold guessing will probably be up pretty late. As well as, so all the prizes for tonight will be going out, what's tomorrow, Wednesday? Thursday. Patreon members, everything is going out Thursday, because tomorrow, in case for whatever reason it doesn't go up and I'm shooting a video tomorrow. But all right, let's go. Start doing the winners. We're going to start again with the $25. We're going to see who won. Let's do the gold sheet. $25. Here, I need to write a note to change sheets to tabs. Sometimes I just don't even understand how I'm not doing these things. So there we go. So there are my $25, $79 member guesses. So the winner winner, chicken dinner, and he is not here, which is really surprising because he seldom misses my shows. Mark Sheldon. So Mark Sheldon came in at 0.08 with a guess of 3.17. Now, I will say there weren't a ton of really close guesses this month. The Quartz throws off guesses a lot to everybody. Second place went to Dan P.A. Patron. I think, didn't he come in second place last week? Last month? Or was it first place? Dan's on a roll, and he's not even copying HD anymore. So second place went to Dan at 2.96. And third, Keith and Wynn. So first place is getting a bag of Paydirt at I think it's 1.6 grams. We'll go to Mark Sheldon. Then we'll do some spins on the wheel for PA Patriot. Let me write these down. PA Patriot. I didn't bring my cheat sheet today, so I got to write it all down. And then Keith and Wynn. Y'all will get a spin on the wheel. So, and will say I did change the wheel a whole bunch, so there's no whammy prizes anymore. There's nothing but good prizes on there now. All right, and now let's do the $10 sheet. See who the winners are. Catch up on chat. Make sure nobody's screaming at me. Yeah, I will say, whenever I do a quartz nugget, it throws people off a lot. So this one, we're going to see how good you are if you take the quartz out of the equation, how much gold is in there. Yeah. If you're patient, you never chance to play his slim video side by side with no one post at the same time. No, I can't do that. I don't have the attention span for his videos. For the guess is slim. And plus it's $50. I'm not gambling $50, so. PN Wogger, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. A crazy nugget for a future contest, but it is huge. I'm just made of money. Send a picture of it to me. I still love that octopus one. The octopus nugget you had is still my absolute favorite. I wish I could have afforded to get it. So, all right, $10. The winner first place was Ed Wybe. There you go at a 3.06. I think Ed was the closest all around through everybody at 0.03. So Ed will be winning a half-gram bag of Paydirt. I think it's 0.6 to be factual. But so Ed gets first place. Now we're going to see who gets the spin on the Wheel of Treasures. And that second place was the real Mr. Hogan. So Hogan will get a spin on the wheel. And now we have to go to the $5 sheet. So Hogan will get a spin on the wheel. There we go. Kept trying to go to the wrong thing. So with a $5 sheet, we have one winner, and it's a 0.3 gram bag of Paydirt. And that is going to Blake Tolson, who is also 0.03. So I was wrong. Blake and Ed both nailed it. Then again, remember, even if you totally sucked at guessing, there is a wheel where everybody's name is on it, and you'll get a spin on the Wheel of Treasures. And now lastly, we're going to do the free tier is to see who won. I don't remember who won this one. I remember the rest. So I was looking to see if they were going to be in chat. But for the free, first place went to Zoltan 303 Stacking. So Zoltan, if you're watching this, which hopefully you do at some point, you will need to email me at dylan@millerprospecting.com. Contact me some way. Go to my website. Look for my contact info. So I can send you a gold-plated card. Because Patreon doesn't give me any of your info. But you've been guessing every single month, so let me get it off to you. But all right, now we're done with that. We can get rid of the sheets and just look at my ugly mug, full size, everywhere. I can catch up on chat, and we're going to start doing some wheel spinning. Let me just catch up chat. So yeah, Ed, you won. Those will be going out Thursday, all the things. Don't tell them to cheat. All right. Oh yeah, that's what I want to see, a smiley face with money. Yeah. Oh, let's see. All right, let me close all these out. So my computer doesn't freak out. I think I need this. Yes, I need this still. So, all right. We're going to go shrink down my ugly mug. We're going to do... Where are we? All right, so I don't need Patreon open anymore. All right, yeah. All right, shrink down the ugly mug. Let's see what PA, Keith and Win, and Hogan won. And then what the runner-up for everybody is, the consolation prize. Let's see what everyone won. So we will... Nope, don't want to shrink that one. I need to shrink my ugly mug. So, everyone, now you can wipe those tears off your face. Now you don't have to look at me full size anymore. And let's see, best website in the interweb. So, a lot of information is on the sidebar. Like I said, I do need to figure out a way to move it and put it in the other places. And, you know, there's one of the problems when you have a website, you know, like for me, I like to have a lot of stuff. You know, I have a lot of different videos categorized and stuff like that, and a lot of stuff more to come. So I have to figure out how to make it a little bit better. But all right, let's go to the wheel of prizes. This is it. So here's all the new prizes. Like I said, I got rid of all the whammy prizes. There's nothing fake up here anymore. There's no sticker packs or things like that. Unless it's the free one for a live show. For Patreon, I wanted everyone, if you're a Patreon member, I want you to win something good if you are coming second or third place or whatever it might be. So we have a 0.25 gram bag from GNS Paydirt right here, a 0.125 from Vendetta, 0.125 from Brad's Bucket, a 0.1 from Gold Baron Paydirt, an NGC graded 1/500th Gold Eagle, a 1 grain gold bar, a random $1 gold back, random $half gold back, quarter ounce silver round, an Eisenhower 40%, a random PCGS silver quarter. They're all, yeah. What are they, 90%ers? A random date silver quarter, random date 40% silver Kennedy, a random NGC Mercury dime. I don't think they're actually graded. I think they're just verified or whatever it is. Same with the NGC silver Roosevelts. I have some PCGS Roosevelts. Random date 90% silver dimes, PCGS presidential dollars, PCGS Sacagawea dollars, 1.5 gram Franklin Mint car bar. It's silver, and I don't know why I always forget to put in silver. Silver Franklin car bar, 1 gram random silver bar, a lot of Valcambis in there, random $1 silver certificate, random red seal $2 bill. I'm working on it. Almost got a good deal on some $5 silver certificates, red seal and silver certificates, but didn't go through. Some cut sapphires from Package Total, and a 1 carat cut purple sapphire from Deep North. So that I won. I don't remember where I won that one, but it was pretty good. So there you go. Those are all the things. We're going to shuffle them up, and we're going to see what PA won. So let's close this ad. Let me check chat real quick. It's an awesome website. Look at a free winner might have been incorrect. I'll look at it. If not, I'll send it to both. So if Josh sends me something, and I'll look at it. So we go. But thank you. I was kind of like rushing for the free one today because I forgot about it. So all right, so let's shuffle it one more time. So here we go. PA Patriot. Let's see what you won for second place. Oh, you're getting some of the, that's it. Some of the cut sapphires from Package Total. I think I have 2 of those. I'm going to take a gamble and say we have 2 of those, so I'm not going to remove it. Let's shuffle it up again. And this is for Keith and Win. Let's see what y'all win. Then we're going to do the real Mr. Hogan, not the fake Hogan, the real one. A PCGS. I know I have a couple of those. I actually have 2 of those. Now I'm going to actually take that one off. So that means I'll have to bring a new prize in. No. So we'll remove that one. And now, Hogan. The not fake Hogan. Let's see what he wins. What is it? Oh, I'm just waiting for someone to win the the purple, but random PCGS, Hogan. Is it PCGS? Oh, I just added those too. Because I had a whole bunch that didn't fit my collection anymore. So we're going to remove that. And now, well, I shouldn't have removed that, should I? We'll add it back in. So, because I have a couple of them. So, all right, let's go check chat real quick, and then we're going to. Then you won that on Wrench's benefit for someone. That's it. I know we swapped prizes. I know I gave something away and then got something, so it's cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a review next month, or no, yeah, next month in August, of one of the Sapphire Paydirt sellers. Yeah. So all right, let's do, okay, now this is for everyone. This is every one of my Patreon members in the month of June. If you just joined in July, you won't be on here. If you left in May and you're not in June, you won't be on here. But this is every one of my Patreon members, and this is just a consolation prize because a lot of people suck at guessing, a lot of people hate guessing, and a lot of people just refuse to guess. So this forces everybody. And it abides by Patreon rules because it is everybody. So, and we're doing one spin on the wheel. Let's see who that is. Is it Keith and Win again? So Keith and Win coming in with the double whammy prize. So Keith and Win. Let's see what you won. And we're going to pull it again. We're going to remove your name. We're going to pull another one just since they won. We'll pull a second name and do another spin on the wheel, which will probably be 2 good prizes now. And Mega, is it Mega or Dave? Mega Silver Stacker. So Mega, I don't think he's here tonight. Keith and Win were here earlier. So, all right, we'll remove your name. It doesn't really matter. We're not spinning the wheel. All right, so these are the prizes left over. Let's shuffle it up. Notice the ugly mug doesn't move. So Keith and Win, this is your second prize. Let's see what you get on your second spin. Random half gold. So you're getting a half gold back as well. So you have 1 package, 2 prizes, Keith and Win, 1 for each of y'all. Congratulations. We're not going to remove that because I have a whole bunch of those because I have some that were in there too. And then we're going to shuffle it up. And now Mega Silver Stacker. Let's see if he can win some silver. Because I do believe he's won once before and it was not, was it silver? I think he did win silver that time as well. There you go. Good thing I put that back on there. So he's going to win a PCGS silver quarter too. So more silver for Silver Stacker. So there we go. Now again, we still have to do a giveaway for everyone that's here in live chat. So, but while I'm doing that, everyone's going to have to look at my ugly mug full size. So I need to change the wheel up, all kinds of stuff. So make sure it is a pinned comment in chat. It's either at the bottom or the top. Make sure you go leave a comment. So 100% rigged, Matt. I just sold the match set purple sapphire for $2,300. Well, dang, brother, I might want to just send that back to you, have you sell it, and buy a whole bunch of prizes for the wheel. uh, Dang, $2,300. That definitely needs to be on that wheel, like for 5 prizes. Maybe I'll just make it whoever wins it gets to keep it for a month. Then they got to send it back and somebody else will get to keep it for a month. Why can't I see pinned comment? It might be at the bottom. Like for mine, pinned comment is at the bottom where it says Nightbot for a chance to win one of 25 prizes. It's either at the top or the bottom. But there you go. Yeah, for timeshare. If it's worth 2,000 plus bucks, definitely should, you know, maybe I should keep my wins from now on. No, you probably dismissed it. Yeah. No, it's on the wheel. It's staying on the wheel. You know, once something goes on the wheel, it stays on the wheel until it's given away. So I keep a treasure chest upstairs on my dresser. It's just full of stuff. I actually have 2 treasure chests. I have one that's full of the current prizes and one of stuff like if I get stuff in. I occasionally bid on stuff that I really don't want or I miss. So the other day I bought a silver round that I thought was for the New Orleans Jazz, but it was the Utah Jazz. So I don't know why. So that went in the pile, and you know, all these silver quarters, all these PCGS silver quarters were ones I, you know, either came in lots sometimes, or someone will have 2 coins up, and I can get them for the same price as one. You know. Yeah, that's not ever happening. Get Paydirt stones from Dan Hurd. So I do need to add some more gems. That is something. Maybe I'll have to hit up Refotris or something about it. No, I paid a lot for Liz's current ring, so I paid too much for Liz's current ring. So jazz hands, jazz hands. No, yeah, but all right. Let me go set up for the live chat. So make sure you do hidden comments. All right, so we don't need this anymore. We need this anymore. All right. Oh. Now let's see. Get the link. Let me make sure all comments are going through. Looks like they are. All right. All right. There we go. Money can't buy love. No. No, we picked out a ring together, and then I went and got a bigger ring, or nicer, not bigger, but nicer ring. So, yeah, yeah, and it wasn't like horrendous amount, but it's more than me should be spending. But third time's the charm when you're getting married. So, you know what they say. That or a sucker is born every minute. One of the two. One of those two is going to work out. So, what are you going to do? Diamonds cost a lot. Yeah, everything does. Anything you buy, once you buy it, it's out. It lowers in value. So, but I do need. That is a good. Let me write a note of that. I need to get some gems for the wheel. It's one of the problems is I try to find stuff to put on the wheel that has obvious value, and then it's collectible to people in our community. Like I don't want to put Pokemon cards on there because obviously, Pokemon cards could be worth money, could not be worth money, depending, if it was graded or something like that. But I don't think the vast majority of people in our community that are my Patreon members collect Pokemon cards. So I try to keep stuff that's, fancy and looks good in somebody's treasure chest, that gold pans. And gold's too expensive for me to put a ton of gold stuff on there. I try to get gold whenever I can. If I see a good price, like the gold eagles on there, I managed to get a really good deal on those, because I bought a bunch of them, because that's one of the things about the wheel is I don't mind spending extra money because it's sitting up there and they'll all get given away at some point or another. So if I got to buy 8 of something to put in the box, and that's fine, I can put one up at a time. But I do need to find some more things. Like, as you can see by the wheel, I got a ton of coins. So I've got coins in there. I need to work on some more silver things. Silver is just really hard. People seem to think that silver should have a 2x premium on it for whatever. Right now, people are just not giving up that gold is no longer $100 an ounce. So I'm having a really hard time finding silver, because I know some of the silver that I bought that's actually on my wheel, I bought when silver was $100. And those same things that I'm looking at now are still selling for the exact same price. And I'm like, how are they still selling the same price when silver is half? So, no, I did not, Kate. Of course I didn't. People fighting over cards. Second marriage was my lucky strike. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I will say I'm getting better. I mean, my first marriage lasted a year. My second marriage lasted 10 years. So this next one, 20 years. Then by then, I'll be 77. I won't care at that point. You just throw me in a home. I won't know I'm not married at that point, Being on Walker, I'm thinking third time's a charm. So, I mean, we get along really well. So, just anything low priced. But I mean, so me and I think I talked about it once before on this live show. Fractionals is where the best way. Like, if you stack, they always tell you stacking fractionals is the best way, because if anything ever happens in the future, like let's say you stack 1 ounce silver rounds, and let's say tomorrow silver jumps up to $1,000. It's a lot harder to sell $1,000 coin to people, to get some money if the world apocalypse happens, or the next depression happens. It's a lot harder to sell $1,000 one, where if you have 1 gram coins, if you have 31 1-grammers instead, those you can actually sell for more in the long run. But it's a lot harder getting them at spot price. So anything that's smaller, because on my wheel, I mean, the average price on my wheel has to average out about $30. That's what I price it at. Obviously some things are higher, some things are lower. So somewhere in that range for silver. So I'm guessing that's like 1/4 ounce rounds, things like that. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is you got to find, if you can find them at a deal. I actually got 8 silver half rounds at spot price for my kids. A lot of like the silver quarters I buy, things like that. It's hard though. It's really hard. You really have to like work people. I'm always scouring eBay and whatnot for something. What are my thoughts on goldbacks? It's a scam. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say goldbacks are a scam. They're, in my opinion, goldbacks are a pyramid scheme more than anything else, or it's kind of a pyramid scheme. It's there's no real value in a goldback. If nobody started, people accept dollar bills. People accept gold. People accept silver. The vast majority of places do not accept goldbacks except for eBay. And that's about it. eBay, whatnot, places like that. It is a very, very limited market. And generally, most times, unless you're a seller, like unless you're one of the sellers on whatnot, it's really hard to get your money back. So I think they're a great collector item. Like I'm all for people that want to collect like one of each one, like every dollar they put out. But there's a reason why they have to keep putting out new editions. Like, like they came out with the $1, then they came out with $1 in another state, then $1 in another state. And then, this is how, if you look at their sales go up, then they drop down. Then they come out with a new release, goes up, and it drops back down because it's only collectors that are buying them and people that are selling them on Whatnot for a premium to collectors who are buying one or two. So then they had to come out with the half. Then they had to come out with the quarter. Gold hasn't moved up. In fact, gold is going down, and they came out with the $quarter. It's like, what? So, I mean, I think they're absolutely beautiful. They're great collector's items. And I'm sure in like another 5 years, if they're still around, all the dollars will start coming with like bikini models on them or naked women on them or something like that to start selling them. So, yeah, I got 18 ounce like a week ago at a garage sale for $230. Yeah, that's it. You just have to find, like I bought a 1 ounce round for my kids collection at below spot at a local resale shop, because it had been sitting in there and I'd seen it. I was like, look, I'll give you this for it, and they're like, all right, we'll take it. But I like gold backs for collectible reasons. Like if you like the way they look, I think they're beautiful, but I would not stack them for like the same reason people stack silver or gold. I just, I think your chance of getting your money out of it is really, really hard. True story. Good buddy of mine, well-off buddy of mine, bought $10,000 worth of gold backs when they first came out, like about a year or two after they came out. 10 grand worth of them. I mean, he just loaded up on them, thought, because he's a stacker, a big stacker. He ended up losing money on them because, buying $10,000 worth of them, it cost him something like, I think it was $24,000 is what he spent on them, something like that, $25,000. In the end, he ended up selling them all for 20 grand. And he looked for a year and a half trying to find buyers that would just give him his money back. And he didn't want, he's a stacker, so he did not want to go on eBay and sell one at a time and ship them and have envelopes and stamps. The risk of somebody canceling or saying they didn't get it. He didn't want to go on Whatnot. None of those pawn shops near him would buy them, and none of the gold stores would buy them. So, he does have to go through friends and family and word and, people he knew to find another collector. And another collector was like, well, I'll buy them, but I'm only buying them for this. So... Yeah, that's it. They are the Beanie Baby. I mean, like I said, they're great looking. And I know in the future, they're going to start getting more R-rated as their sales start going down and down. Because that's what it is. It's a company that's trying to sell you something and make money. They're not trying to start a new currency because they can't. They legally can't start a new currency. So they're just trying to, if you remember 10 years, 20 years ago, when everyone used to make the fake $1,000 bills that were gold, and those started flying off the shelves. Like if you went on eBay, people were paying $5, $10 for a fake like $1,000 gold note that wasn't even gold. It was just looked like gold, or it was gold plated so thin. Then people realized, like this is junk. This is, no good. There's always been people that sell like fake currency that looks really good and has zero value. Gold backs are just, they realized, hey, people are a little bit more smarter than they used to be. We can't sell them, coins that, say American Eagle, but aren't made out of silver and make money anymore. So, no, but, once they needed to make money, they realized, okay, we got to put something in it. We got to put gold. But it's still the same thing. Like when they started in Colorado, I believe that's where they first started, was in Colorado. They had, I think, like a dozen stores that would take them. And that's slowly dwindling down. And, you just don't see it. Like if you go on their website, I think they used to have a dozen stores that accepted them. It's been whatever it is, 10 years now, 8 years. There's still only a couple stores that take gold backs that they can advertise and take them. Because it's just too much trouble, when they're X-rated, I'll start collecting. Yeah, you'd be amazed. Like I said, I've collected comic books my whole life, and there's always been certain artists. So they'll have these comic book artists who fall out of favor with big comic books. Like they might draw for Marvel for a couple of years, and then they kind of fall out because they want too much money or whatnot. They find a better artist who will do it faster and cheaper. And those artists tend to go then make their own comic books, and they don't usually do too well. So then they will make a new comic book, And they tend to be very, very X-rated. And those comic books fly off the shelves to 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds. And, you know, they have these $5.99 price tags. The comic doesn't make, you know, they're nobody's reading the story in it. It's just because the covers are X-rated. So, but they have Marilyn Monroe Goldbacks. That's what I said. It's going to start being, you know, like they'll start using old pinup models on them all in like little bikinis. And it'll be like, oh, wow, these did really well. Okay, well, let's have, you know, something else on there with some, you know, some boobs or something. And it'll get, you know, it's just crazy. But all right, enough. Let's go see who won. Well, before we go and see who here in live chat, again, Monday, I do have a new video coming out. It is a guaranteed minimum 119% ROI. You could get a little bit higher. We'll have to see. You'll have to wait for that video Monday. I'm going to release who I got it from or who my secret shopper bought it from on Sunday. So if you're a Patreon member on Sunday, I'll tell you who it is. So to keep it from being sold out, if too many people watch the video and go and buy it up, they might raise their prices. You know, which typically happens. A lot of times if I put out a video where it's somebody, you know, that has a really high ROI, they start getting a ton of sales and they say, oh, I wonder why everyone's buying my Paydirt. I better raise the price on it. And then the ROI goes down. So I will be posting it on Sunday to my Patreon members. Might not be the full video, but I'll at least post and tell you who my secret shopper bought it from for a 119% ROI. So Eric, that's good. So I think one go back. It's like 100,000 an ounce of gold. Yeah, it's crazy what they are. I don't even know. You know. So on Sunday I will tell my Patreon members about that. Tomorrow I will have the American Miller prospecting thing up, where everyone can try to win that half gram nugget. That will be officially up tomorrow. I know I've been really slow on that because once I got y'all's money, I stopped caring. No, I just keep forgetting, and I don't want to post it. Like I was going to post it today, and I was like, well, I got enough stuff going on today. So I was like, no, we'll just do it. So tomorrow it will be up. All Paydirts for Patreon members will go out Thursday. Everyone who won today, those will go out Thursday. The new gold guessing contest, that will all be on Patreon later tonight. Might be really late because, you know, this show's going on. But that's about it. So, all right, let's shrink down my ugly mug one more time and then do the final giveaway. Yeah. So there we go. Back on the best website ever. And if you ever want to contact me on the website, it is this little gold button where it says follow, support, share, and contact. That's my emails right there. And it'll send you to my contact page. I should probably put it somewhere else too. But, oh well, we didn't do that. So there's the prizes. Here's the YouTube comment picker. Guess we're using a shark now. Let's pick a random YouTube comment. Let's see who it is. Eric H. There you go, brother. Eric H. Always lurking. And I apologize to whoever won my last Tuesday. I still haven't shipped out your prize. I saw it on my desk today and I said, oh. I said, that was supposed to go out. So Eric H. is always another great show. I appreciate it. So while we wait for Eric, here are the prizes. Anderson coins, Paydirt, goldbacks. Speaking of goldbacks, we have dollar ones, half ones, grain gold bars, the fake gold Indian head, random Kennedy, random silver dimes, NGC dime, Franklin Mint silver, random silver, Lucky Lodi's Paydirt, some grown copper from Outfitter himself, random silver certificate, some Canadian silver dimes, random red sealed $2 bills, and quarter-ounce copper rounds in sticker packs. So those are all the prizes while we wait for Eric. So let's see if he's here. Yes, he is. He is here. That was quick. All right. I know a place you can still get it. Nugget gum. They still sell it. They still sell it. They have a ton of places still. All you have to do is Google like gold nugget gum and you'll see so many places. You can still get it on Amazon. It's still sold on Amazon. I think on Amazon though, you got to buy the box with like 10 of them. But yeah, that stuff was horrible. So, all right, let's see what you win. Oh, well, it just spun. It's spinning for you, Eric. It wanted you to win something. Let's see what it is. You went into Indian heads. There you go. Now, again, these are fake, but they are really, really good fakes. So I will send that off to you, Eric, so you can, these are, so you can keep them in your pocket, show them to people, and you don't have to worry about if they run off with it. Someone goes to mug you, tell them, I ain't got no cash, but I do have this gold coin. Take that. So there you go. Well, thank you very much for Eric for leaving the comment, and thank you everyone for being here tonight, especially all my Patreon members. I really do appreciate y'all. I've got more stuff coming, like I said. I have my Patreon planned out and my YouTube channel planned out for this year and next year, and then we'll have to see. I might be too old after that point. My eyes are getting a little bad. But for the rest of this year, I have some good Paydirts coming up. Like I said, I have 119%. I have a brand new seller coming out. A brand new, not so new, but a seller that sells some bulk Paydirt. And I think I have 2 or 3 other new Paydirt sellers that are either coming out or I know are coming out for later this year. am going to be doing another Paydirt battle at the end of the year. Whole bunch of stuff. Then next year, like I said, next year I am going to focus 100% on my YouTube channel on just going after all these crappy Paydirts. I think it's about time, I go after them and at least have videos up, especially, been doing this for a long time. I need to go back and, suffer through some really bad ROIs for a while. And get some of those things up there. And like I said, I do have some plans for a golden Paydirt and a couple other companies that are on my list, and stuff like that. So yeah, sure. No problems, Weezin. Just post it. And how's it going, Weezin? And Refochers, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Everyone I appreciate. Hopefully next week we'll be panning out something. I don't remember what we're panning out next week. I want to say we're panning out some Brad's Bucket next Tuesday. I want to say, because I've got a whole bunch of Brad's Bucket that's just about to break my shelf. I need to pan out some of the Brad's Bucket. I think that's what's on my list for next week. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be panning out some Brad's Bucket. But Monday, like I said, 119% ROI. I'm thinking I'm going to get like 125% ROI off this bag of Paydirt. And it is a lower price bag of Paydirt. This is not one of those Paydirts where you got to spend $300 to get 125%. This is a really affordable bag of Paydirt that 90% of the people in this community should be able to get. So, and it's a really good ROI. Those will be up. That video will be up on Monday, and then Sunday I will tell my Patreon members about it. So if you're not a Patreon member, patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. Get in all the good stuff, including my daily ROI charts, which I know my daily ROI charts aren't as much fun anymore. Not as much like, info, because Paydirt sellers have wisened up a little bit. So something about chickens. That's awesome. Daryl Moten. All right, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch the replay. I don't actually ever get to see NBC because I don't have antenna anymore. So I'll have to watch the replay as soon as it comes out. But there we go. I will definitely, here, I'm write a note of that. Darren Moulton. Something about chickens. I'm going to have to watch that now. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing tonight while I'm making Paydirt and messing up. I'll be watching something about chickens on YouTube. Yes, Ed. So now you just need to guess the gold here. Let me put the nugget back up. Yeah, so this month, for the month of July, June is over. It's done. I don't know what y'all are talking about anymore. Anything to do with June's Patreon gold guessing contest. But this nugget here is what you're guessing on in the month of July, but only the gold without the quartz. So I'm going to be using Archimedes' formula to figure out exactly what the scientific weight is of just the gold. So we will know exactly how much gold is in this nugget. We do know now that it is a 3.09 gram nugget, but that is not how much gold is in there. How much gold is in this 3.09 gram nugget? That's what you'll be guessing on. I will try to spell that out as much as possible, in tonight's thing. But, it's one of the reasons, like I said, next year there will be no gold guessing contests. I'm doing away with them. They're hard to do. It's too ripe for mistakes. It's so much easier if I grab everyone's name and spin a wheel. There's no mistakes. As long as you're a Patreon member, you're on the wheel. I spin it and you win, But yeah, this year, just the gold. Imagine there was no quartz. Like if I burned off all the quartz, how much would it weigh? So that's what you're guessing on. Oh, all right, I'll have to go check it out. But all right, everybody, I'm going to pull all my stuff off of this computer, go upstairs and start working on the gold guessing contest for the month of July. It will be up later tonight. It might be up really late at midnight, 11 o'clock, because I have stuff to eat and do stuff, feed my son, all kinds of good stuff. But I'm going to be out of here. Again, new video on Monday, and then Tuesday, brand new live show. Brad's Bucket, maybe? I don't know. We're going to be panning out something. But until then, I hope everyone finds some really good gold. Hopefully gold just stays equal. No big jumps, no big drops. And then I will see you all next week. But thanks, everyone, and thanks for all the support, and thanks for everything.